as well. And we will welcome everybody in. Do you want to press the welcome admit all button, Carly?
Yeah.
There we go. Excellent. Welcome everybody. Hey. Lots of lovely people joining our Zoom tonight. Just a couple more to get through the waiting room. Hey everyone. A lot of friends on tonight. How exciting. Two more coming in. Alrighty.
Hi, I'm sorry. Before you start, unfortunately, I have to pick my daughter up very soon, so I might not be able to stay long.
That's okay.
Sorry, I'm in the dark.
We have it recorded, so if you can't hear it all, we have a recording, so we're all good. And we have a special helper, Carly Ferraro, on the chat box tonight. There's Carly. Fabulous. So Carly will be answering all our questions and alerting me to any questions you guys are asking. Feel free to come off mute if you wish to as well to ask a question, because I want this to be an interactive session. For those that don't know me, my name is Jess Fabian, and I have the very proud honour to lead Team SA, South Australian branch. We have about 340 consultants in South Australia who love showing you guys the Thermomix and love helping you to learn more. So one of them has actually invited you to tonight's session. Or maybe one of your friends has invited you along and they are being a virtual host. So what we'll do is we'll just mute someone, Carly, if we have a bit of feedback there. Thank you, Carly. So if one of your friends has invited you to this session, that is fantastic, because they want you to check out the Thermomix and see if you might love it as much as they do. Or maybe they would love you to learn something new about the Thermomix with them. So they've invited you along. So now is a great time to check in. Now, if you have been invited or if you are hosting virtually, please contact your consultant now and ask them for the check-in, because you want to check in so you can unlock your host rewards. So for tonight, we have a number of host rewards on offer, but mainly we've got a thermo server. I'm going to show you that one in a moment. So just for coming along and bringing two guests from different households, you could unlock the brand new TM7 thermo server, which will make your life really easy. So we'll look at that a bit in a moment. So what we're going to do is tonight we're going to cook something together. I'm going to be cooking my dinner. I'm lucky. And you're going to have to use smell-o-vision and smell the beautiful things that we're making. So we will have a look at the TM7 and we'll discover how it might in fact help you in your life if you don't have one already. We have some incredible offers on for the next 8 days, I think it is, to the end of March, 31st of March. Those offers are not getting extended, so now is the time to make your decision. So sit down, relax, and we will get started. And we will cover what all the offers are. But if you're unsure, always reach out to your consultant for more info. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is share my screen. There it is. And just walk you guys through a typical Thermomix experience. So first of all, I'd love to also hear, I'll pop it in the chat box, if you've ever been to a demo or if you've got a Thermomix already, pop it into the chat, because I want to learn more about you guys tonight. Have you got a Thermomix already? Have you been to a demo? What Thermomix have you already got? Pop it in the chat. Find out what we've got, and Carly, feel free to come off mute and let me know if we've got any answers in the chat box. So maybe you've got the TM7 already. maybe you have got a TM31. Pop it in the chat. Can see a few coming up now.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a mix. We've got some 7 owners already, and then we've got a couple of TM6 and 6 and 5 owners. There's a few people that are loving Thermomix and have got a couple. Oh, poor Andy, his TM5 died on Saturday. We need to get you a new one. Oh, Anika, well, she's got the full range, 31, 6 and 7, 6 and 7. Lots of old school 31. You've got the OGs.
Awesome.
Love the 31. And
Wow.
Bridget, who's never had one. Welcome, Bridget.
Amazing. We do have a variety of people here online. So what I will do is I will show you the Thermomix from scratch for those that have never seen it, as well as pointing out some of the great features of the TM7 for those that have got the other models. Now, just so you know, we do have the trade up going on at the moment and the double bowl offer. So we'll go into that into more detail in a moment. And I actually started the TM31 myself. So I had 3 little kids and I really wanted to cook healthy food and avoid additives. So when I saw the Thermomix for the very first time, 15 years ago, I jumped on board and I signed up to be a consultant at the end of my very first demo. So that might be the same for you when you see this tonight. And if you want to sign up and earn your Thermomix, you can definitely do that. Or if you need to see it again, you can as well. So let your consultant know what info you need next. So let's have a little look. For those that are brand new, because you've just shared that some of you haven't got a Thermomix yet. And just a reminder for those that already know, Thermomix is German designed and engineered, and it's been around for 140 years. And Vorwerk is the company that produces Thermomix. So we are so lucky that Thermomix was introduced to Australia 25 years ago, thanks to the Mazur family. And it continues to be a family owned and operated company, including all of our consultants who run their own independent family businesses, which is incredible. So perhaps today you want to join us and join our family as a customer or a consultant. So let's take a little look. I would love to know a little bit more about you guys. And I know there's a lot of us on the call, so we might not be able to get really detailed and intimate with our answers tonight. So I would highly recommend you have another learning session with your consultant to learn more. But let's pop it in the chat. When it comes to food and cooking, what's most important to you? So have a think. It's a normal weeknight, like tonight, Monday night, when you've got to get dinner on the table. What is most important for you? And you're trying to get that meal onto the table. Thanks. I think it was Angie's popped something in the chat. So is it really getting your food ready quickly? Or do you like to spend a bit more time and cook from scratch? Thanks, guys. I can see some answers. Do you want to call some out for me, Carly? And keep putting your answers in the chat too.
Definitely time. Everyone's liking things that are nice, quick and easy, healthy, budget friendly, super important with all of the price rises at the moment. Lots of homemade, no nasties. I think we want to get back to cooking from scratch and knowing exactly what's in our food. And there was also an original comment was the washing up, and that's definitely my favorite feature, is that you can pop the pre-clean on and have it washing up while you're enjoying your dinner. Things that kids can cook. I love that my kids can use it. So yeah, lots of varied, but it seems like quick, easy, and healthy is the most popular tonight.
Awesome. Thanks, Carly, for that summary. And that is so good to hear. We have a bit in common tonight by the sound. So quick, easy and healthy. Well, that's great because we're going to focus on that tonight. Quick, easy, healthy and cost effective as well, because we all know saving money is at the top of our mind at the moment for sure. So with saving money, we can do that with our Thermomix, and we'll see that tonight as well. But what is included with your Thermomix and how much is it? So for those that don't know, it's 2649 here in Australia. There are different payment options, including our 24 months interest free, as well as our Earn program, which some of you indicated when you registered that you might be interested to find out more about that. So I can go over that at the end of this session for anyone interested. So it includes everything there in that picture. And your consultant will teach you exactly how to use that. Now, when we're looking at the Thermomix today, we're going to start cooking now, but we're going to have a closer look, and you can see that you can use your Thermomix manually. So just like our TM31, we can set the time, temperature and speed and use it manually. We can also be helped out a little bit to make our life easier and use the guided recipes that are built in and on our recipe platform, Cookie Dough. And there are also some built-in modes. So they're like smart functions that will do lots of different things like slow cooking, sous vide, fermentation mode. So there are lots of modes and lots of functions in the Thermomix that the Thermomix can replace for us. Let's take a look now without further ado and do some cooking in the TM7. And you might be wondering, well, what are we cooking tonight? We're going to be using one of our latest modes, which is open lid cooking. So imagine that, coming to your Thermomix, turning it on, and the recipe is sitting there for you. So I've just popped in a recipe. It's actually called Marry Me Chicken Pasta. And I'm going to do it vegetarian style because the Thermomix, you can make it your recipe your way. Now, we're going to be cooking open-lidded for some of this recipe, so you'll get to see what that's like. Now, the Thermomix is a surgical stainless steel, and you've got the blades in there that does all the chopping and even all the kneading and all the different functions. So, and we have an insulated cover here as well, which means that you can hold the bowl and it's not going to be hot at all. So nice and safe there. So we just pop the bowl onto the base unit here. And to make my life easier, I'm doing an easy 30-minute meal. So I'm literally just going to use the guided recipe, and I'm doing Marry Me Chicken Pasta tonight. Now, just for something a little bit extra for you guys, I really like cheese a lot. So I've decided I really want to grate a fair bit of cheese in my cutter. So for anyone who is needing a cutter attachment, this one is going to let you do slicing and grating with your Thermomix. And that's exactly how I like my cheese. And you guys might be the same. But if I had Parmesan in the fridge, I would have done Parmesan, but I've only got tasty. It's another reason I want to grate it. So I'm going to pop this spindle on, and that's on top of the blades. And then I literally just pop this catcher basket into the Thermomix, and then I'm going to pop my blade on as well. So this is going to transform your Thermomix to be able to do shredding and slicing as well. So we're going to first, while the bowl's nice and clean and dry, going to do some cheese. So for anyone who hasn't used their cutter, if you've got one, contact your consultant to learn more how to use your cutter. Or if you're wanting to access one of our host rewards by being a host tonight or sometime in March, you could access the cutter if you chose. So all we're going to do is tap into our modes first. And we have a special page on our Thermomix with the modes. And I'm going to select grating because I want to do grating. Now, normally when we grate cheese, we would cut it into little cubes to make the grating process smoother and better on your blades. Look after your blades. But I'm just going to be doing it in the cutter so I can have the larger, longer pieces. I want to do it thick, and I'm just pressing play. It's really easy. So I'm just gently guiding it down.
quick and easy, only 30 seconds, and you haven't lost your knuckles grating with the old-fashioned grater, Jess.
That's right. That's right. And I did have it a little bit wider than normal, so it was taking a little longer to go down. And, I've just done it thin. I forgot to tap thick. That's probably why it took a little bit longer. I've actually got very finely grated cheese now. Even though I said I was going to tap on the thick one, I actually let it go through thin. But that's beautiful. I've now got perfectly grated cheese. And yesterday I used it to do carrots and cucumber. And I'm going to get that out a bit later, but I just wanted to show you a beautiful grated cheese, and it's finely grated, and it did a lot. That was about a half of my kilo block. So now my family has some grated cheese, which I will keep in the fridge, and that's going to save me money because I don't have to buy grated cheese, and it's much cheaper to buy it by the kilo than it is to buy it in the bag, isn't it? And avoiding those anti-caking agents. So that's my first win. And remember to take your little spindle off as well. Super easy for me to clean and rinse the cutter. So I'm going to put that aside. Now my bowl is still clean, but if I had have done my Parmesan, I would definitely, to save time, I know you guys are about saving time, I would definitely grab my second bowl. Having that clean and dry makes it easy to keep going with your dishes. So right now you can grab a TM7 with a second bowl. You add $199 into the cart and you can get your TM7 and your second bowl right now in March. The Trade Up also has that opportunity, so we'll look at that a bit later on. Alrighty, so we've got our cheese going. We always do cheese when we start our recipes while the bowl is nice and clean and dry, not hot. Now, I don't have to do the cheese in the step now, and I won't give you a close-up right now. Actually, I will give you a bit of a close-up. Tiny bit more. There we go. So I've just tapped on the preparation steps. So I was I'm in the recipe there, tapping on preparation, and I'm just going to skip past that first paragraph, the cheese, the Parmesan cheese, and instead go straight into chopping up and cooking our veggies for our beautiful pasta. It's a one-pot wonder, and it's going to be ready in less than half an hour. So I've got my garlic, and it's asking me for 2 cloves of garlic. Imagine not having to chop your garlic or your onion or your ginger ever again. Now I'm going to take that off. And next we want to pop in some sun-dried tomatoes. So it's brought the scale up for me. It's tared it to 0 and it's weighing it for me. So because I've got 100 grams, it's actually ticking it off. You might have seen a green bar come and ticked it off there for me, which then gives me the satisfaction of getting a gold star. But while I'm on my way to the fridge or chopping up the next ingredient, I can get that ready. And it's already tared the scale back for me to weigh the next item in. And you can see the green bar again. And it ticks it off. If I need the scale, it tears it off for me. But I don't need the scale in this one because it's just asking me for salt. So this one's great because I can have any family member help me cook because it's just so easy. And so I'm going to pop salt and pepper in. I actually milled this black pepper in the Thermomix with my clean dry second bowl, actually, just the other day. Beautiful. I love fresh spices and it's so quick and easy. So we've literally got them roughly chopped and we're going to access the high heat. So our TM7 does have 160 degrees high heat. And I've just pressed the green play button because it's already got the steps set for me. So I don't have to waste time looking up the recipe on my phone or in a book. It's literally on the screen for me. So 4 minutes, just tap on it so it's a little bigger. 4 minutes, 160 degrees, and it's cooking it gently. But how about that? Like, that's a really, really high temperature for our Thermomix, and it's 40 degrees hotter than our previous models. Now we are going to be doing high heat, so you can see a little bit of a pulsing light perhaps coming up. A reflection, maybe. A reflection here. That's pulsing red on the Thermomix, so that is already sizzling. You probably can't hear it over Zoom. However, it is already sizzling and getting those temperatures up to get all that flavour from my capsicum and my garlic and my sun-dried tomatoes. Sizzling away, but I've got my hands free. So I would have 4.5 minutes to go and do something else. So typically, I know that I would be getting the next ingredient out and chopping it up. But I'd love to hear what you guys do. If you've got a Thermomix and 4 minutes where it's looking after the food for you, what do you do? And if you don't have a Thermomix, what would you love to do when your Thermomix is looking after your food for you? Pop it in the chat. 4.5 minutes is actually quite a long time. Now we can't hear it, that's right. I think I can see a question about the sound. The blades are not moving. It is just being like a fry pan right now and stirring very, very occasionally. However, the motor is silent, which is a great feature of our TM7. Really loving it. In fact, that's probably one of the favourite things for me for the TM7 is the silent motor. The motor is silent until speed 4, which means that you don't hear that whirring sound of the motor as it stirs your risotto or your bolognese or your curry. But I can hear the sizzle, and when I've got ingredients in there that are noisy, like nuts or spices or almonds or something, or ice, of course, I'm going to hear that ingredient going around in the Thermomix. But if it's just stirring or the ingredients aren't very noisy, you can't hear anything. Now, what are some of the things, Carly? I've seen them popping up in the chat.
Everyone is saying they would be putting some ingredients away or getting the next ones out, and also putting washing away or multitasking. So maximising their time while they're not having to worry about things burning on the stove.
I love that. Exactly. And no more burning because it's just being looked after in the Thermomix. Now, let's see how clearly you can see. I think you can see that fairly well. So, yeah, well, we've got 7 seconds left now, but if we did want to have a look at the full recipe and see what's coming up, we certainly could get the other ingredients out as well. Now, so it's just finished sizzling away. It's smelling amazing. So imagine being able to cook sauces, pasta sauces from scratch so easily, almost with your eyes closed. That's what you can do with a Thermomix. The next step is just wanting to chop those beautiful veggies up. We will let you have a look. Sizzling away. Oh, it smells incredible. And I've got the TM7 spatula. You give it a nice stir, but that has used that high temperature to create some caramelizing and heating up and frying off those beautiful veggies and flavors. So now I'm going to chop those up. It's got it preloaded for me, and you can see here there isn't any locking arms on our TM7, but it knows when the lid's on. So I've just set it to chop for 5 seconds. It locked the lid so that there is that safety feature in there. And on my phone, it actually updates the progress of the dish as well. So if I was outside, I would have been alerted that it was done. The 4 minutes was done. That was a 5-second chop. So that was cooked at the high temperature and now chopped. You could chop that more fine if you wish. So you can repeat the step, which is super handy. But if you wanted that to be a bit more invisible for your children or any family members, you certainly could. But that's going to be fine for us, so we'll leave that. And now it's teared the scale to 0. It knows the lid's not on because it's got those sensors built in. Now, at this point, you can add your chicken. 500 grams of chicken thigh is best in the Thermomix for these recipes cut up. This is my chicken, vegetarian version. So I'm going to pop in the same amount. I've literally cut broccoli up, and I've also peeled the stalk and I've sliced that up too. So we're going to save money and use the stalk, of course, because it's really delicious. And I've got sweet potato cut into about 1 centimetre cubes actually. So popping that all in, that's around the 500 grams, and that's now you can see the green little line ticking itself off, and we may have heard the tick if Zoom was kind to us. Now, because it ticked itself off, it gave me time to go get the cream and it teared it back for me. So it's really saving me time and making sure I'm not going to make any mistakes, unintentional mistakes. Oops, like that one, adding in a little bit more cream than it suggests. But that's okay. Because I've gone a bit over than it recommends, it's not going to mark it off. So I'm going to mark that one off because I want it to tear off again for my water. So I'm going to pop water in. We'll do about 400. We'll try. So you can see the 1 gram increments. Oops. Didn't try well enough, but it's going to tick it off for me anyway, which is very handy. Now we've got paprika and some dried herbs. So I've got them in my container. And we've grown those herbs, which is awesome. I love being able to choose what you put into your Thermomix, into your meals. And the veggie stock. Who's made veggie stock in their Thermomix before? And if you haven't, that's your homework. Make yourself some veggie stock paste or the chicken paste. You're going to be able to use up all of your veggies that need using. And you're saving heaps of money making veggie stock and putting on all your lovely fresh herbs and things like that. Now, this is what it's looking like. And I'm just going to put the lid on like it tells me to and let it cook. So we've popped the lid on, which the Thermomix here, the digital twin, has noticed. And I just press play. So it's got 12 minutes on the clock, 100 degrees. And speed soft, and it's got the reverse icon selected. And that's going to look after my food, and it's making a beautiful pasta sauce. You know what? The next step is we're going to put the pasta into the bowl. It's a 1-pot wonder, and it means that there's less dishes, which is what we love. So if you did want to cook that a little bit longer, you might have popped more chicken in or more veggies or made it larger. You just can tap on the time and you can toggle here, or you can actually just add some minutes if you wish. So I don't need the extra time. We'll put it back where it was. And the same with the speed, you can actually change things. So even though it's a guided recipe, you're not stuck. A bit like GPS, you can actually go a different way if you want. So you can make the recipe exactly what you want. Now, while we've got the camera fairly close, we'll have a bit of a look around on the Thermomix. So sliding down from the top, you will see the recipe that you're doing. So if you ever get lost, you're not sure where you're up to, might be looking around at other things on your Thermomix screen, you can always slide down and access your recipe again that way. Let's go down, and up here you've also got your scales and your timer. So if you need to set an independent timer because you're fermenting something or you're letting it prove, you can actually set your timer here, and it will, I'll put a 10-minute timer on, and that's independent from your cooking. So that's handy too. And you've also can access your pre-clean here, which is the one on the right. And as Carly said, that's one of her favourites. And it was probably my favourite mode in the TM6 as well. TM7, my favourite mode is that I use the most. It's probably the steaming mode, to be honest, because I'm reheating meals in the Varoma. We might look at the Varoma shortly. But so we'll press out, and we can see that recipe here that we're doing, marimi chicken pasta. But if you wanted to actually look up another recipe and start getting ready for that one, or perhaps you need to stop this recipe halfway through because someone is desperate to make something else like a smoothie or some muffins, you can actually press stop, look up another recipe by pressing the search button, and you can put your second bowl on and cook something else in your clean, dry bowl. Super handy if you've forgotten to mill up some almonds or even make butter. I like making butter from that cream. Super handy to put that second bowl on. But let's have a look at cookie dough. So, for instance, you might want to make some dessert. You might want to make chocolate lava cakes. So you could search for anything that you want to look at if you wish to start weighing out and getting those ingredients ready. You certainly can do that because the whole machine is a scale. So I can weigh here or even on top of the Thermomix as I'm going, unless you're doing the browning mode, the really hot mode. So we could have a look at the ingredients and we could start getting those things ready. And as I said, we can weigh. And the way we do that is pull down our control center, tap on the scales, and they pop up for you just here. You can weigh anything you need to weigh on the side there. And we'll weigh while you're going. So you can get things ready if you're already in the kitchen. So you can save time there. Now, so the scales are there and it is showing the modes here as well. So as you can see, there's lots of modes with the Thermomix. And you can, if you haven't used your modes yet, please contact your consultant and learn some more with them. Yeah, pop it in the chat. I'd love to hear what your favourite modes are if you've got a Thermomix. Or if you're thinking about getting a Thermomix, what's something that you like to do a lot and you're wondering, can the Thermomix do that? Can the Thermomix make that? So we have got a few things in here like dough mode. So anyone want to make pizzas or brioche, focaccia, we have our dough mode. We have our browning mode. So this is our only model where you can actually access that high temperature straight from the control center, straight from the modes. You can press browning and access the 160, which will get you more flavour and more intense caramelizing and flavours there. So that's really handy. Steaming mode, we've got to steam really beautifully. The Varoma is larger in our TM7. So this one means that you can save even more money because you can fit more into your steamer. So your steamer, Varoma, sits on top of your bowl. And look how big that surface area is. So you can fit a lot of fish in there or asparagus or long carrots or anything you want in there. I actually put leftovers in there on our stainless steel insert that goes in there. And the bottom layer is huge. It's 45% bigger than our previous models. In fact, I see a lot of consultants in our branch putting 2 chickens in here I know Morgan has done a cost analysis recently, and she has discovered that you can save a lot of money cooking your chicken for the week and then using it in your salads and your cold rolls and on your pizza and sandwiches. So our Varoma is super duper handy. So yeah, contact a consultant to get some more tips for our Varoma. We're not using our basket today, so I'll just pop that away. That's another one that comes with Thermomix. What are some of the modes, Carly, that people are using?
People are really loving the egg boiler mode and also using the Varoma to do the poached eggs with the new nester.
Yes.
As well as little frittatas and things up there. Karen wants to try sous vide mode. So that's something that she can reach out to her consultant with. And there's a question, can you make apple sorbet?
Oh, you certainly can. You can do any ice cream flavor or sorbet flavor that you wish. And yeah, you can definitely do apple sorbet. I used to do green apple and mint a lot for my kids when they were little. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, reach out to your consultant and you can try it out with them. This is the nester that Carly you just mentioned. It's our latest item, and that sits in our Varoma. I have tried poached eggs so far in the nester, which is super handy because you can make so many at once and save time. So that just sits here. It's great for desserts, or even I've seen some people do little dumplings in there as well. So it's purpose built for our new Varoma. That is one of the host rewards that's on offer as well. So if you don't want your free TM7 thermo server for hosting in March, you could choose something else, including the Nesta, our ceramic ramekins. It has a cake in it at the moment, chocolate lava cake. It's the last one standing in our house. We made 8 of them. And these are ceramic and they fit together and they go in your Varoma. So I love the Varoma. It's so versatile and it really bulks up your cooking for sure. And with the steaming mode, it's so quick. You just tap on it and you press go. It's already got everything set for you. You do put your minimum of 500 ml of water though when you're steaming for 20 minutes. You need more water if you're steaming chickens or something like that for longer. You will need more water. So we've got rice cooker mode too, Carly, don't we?
We sure do. I also really love all those presets in the
Yes.
TM7. That's been such a lifesaver for my family who are not super versed with Thermomix. So this takes a lot of the thinking out for them. So this has really been quite handy so that they haven't had to know how long am I going to chop carrots for or steam carrots for. It's all set in the machine.
Yeah, fantastic. So we don't have the back of the book. We've got it all saved in the Thermomix. So this is where the presets live. Exactly. So we can choose, do we want chopped carrots or steamed? We'll go chopped. So if someone's, like you said, if they're not confident, they can say, yeah, I'm cutting a fair bit of carrots. So they will choose that one. And then they can weigh it in here. So we can't weigh while we have it running, while it's hot. So we won't go any further with this. But if we could, we would weigh the carrots in, chop them up into 4 centimetre pieces. It's actually written there. And then it would just let you know, well, I need about 5 seconds on speed 4, and it has it preset there for you depending on what you're wanting. So very, very handy, the preset. So not only carrots, but we got cheese and we've got cabbage bread, beef, all kinds of things. There's nuts, chocolate, coffee grains. It's endless. So whatever you're wanting to chop up and you're not quite sure how fast to do it, it's all there and you can search as well. Yeah, I love that. So
Also had another question here just with the peeler attachment that can come with, you can get from the mix shop with the Thermomix, wondering if it peels boiled eggs.
It certainly does. In fact, we tried that yesterday at our Easter class. So I'll bring it back now. We might look at cookie dough on the computer next. I'll bring that back a moment. We actually tried that out, and I know a few consultants have been trying it out too. So we did it in the class after boiling their fresh eggs. We boiled them and then we chilled them. And what we did was we put the blade cover peeler on. Time is going off. Remember that 10-minute timer? And 600 ml of water. We did it for 3 seconds and it peeled them beautifully. We could just pull the shell off. It just slid off. So yeah, 3 seconds was all it took for us. Yeah, give it a go. Blade cover peeler. Alrighty, so our timer went off and that first step went off as well. So I just had, I think it was 12 minutes of freedom while my Thermomix looked after the food for us. So I'm going to press the next step, and we've just created a beautiful pasta sauce from scratch. And now we're going to just pop the pasta in. I'll show you what it looks like. Let's give that a little stir. I'll show you what it looks like so far. So it's smelling amazing, and the broccoli and the sweet potato still in there, and the chicken would be pretty much cooked as well in that time if you had have used chicken. So we want to pop pasta in. I've got Barilla brand today, but I usually use San Remo. So a good quality brand will get you a great result for your one-pot wonders in the Thermomix. So this is for fusilli pasta, and it's ticking it off for me again, which is great. And what I'm going to do is just stir it in a little bit, push it down so it's submerged. There we go. Push it down and off we go. And it's saying cook without the lid, and it wants a time. So I did check the pasta and it said 11 minutes. So I'll press the 10-minute and the 1 minute and play button. So it's got some handy preset times, and it knows which times we usually use them most often, which is handy. So this is going to do our open lid cooking now. I can hear it bubbling already, which is incredible because it's only been less than 20 seconds. How quick was that? So if cooking in a Thermomix was this quick and easy to create a beautiful pasta sauce from scratch, is that something that you want in your life? So have a think. I asked at the beginning, what's most important to you when it comes to cooking? Have a think, why, how do you want your meal times to look? Do you want it to be less stressful? Do you want it to be more yummy, less additives? Do you want it to be easier? Having other family members be able to help you select what to make, help you be able to shop from the shopping list that you've got on your apps on your phone, and even help you to start making the meal before you even get home. If you want all that kind of thing, the TM7 will be perfect for you to make your life easier, save money every day, and of course, save time as well. It's bubbling already. I'm going to let you come have a look, and then I'm going to give it a stir to make sure the pasta's all down. Let's have a little look. It's bubbling quite rapidly. I'm going to give it a stir, and then what I would typically do is just leave it for another several minutes. And then I'd give it another stir towards the end. There we go. So this is great. I love the open lid cooking for the pastas because it means that I can add in a little bit more of my oregano. I love oregano and fresh herbs. I can add in, if I haven't popped the salt and pepper in earlier because I, skipped the step and was trying to save time, I could pop it in now as well. So it's also possible to safely pop a spoon in and cool it down and then taste test it and see what you want to add to your dinner. So it's pretty much like traditional cooking made easy with a Thermomix. Also with our TM7, anytime you're cooking less than speed 2, you can actually take the lid off while you're cooking. It does pause the progress and it will resume when you put that lid back on. So that makes it super easy to take the lid off and quickly add something in that you've forgotten as well. So that's when it's speed 2 and below. Right now, I can't hear anything other than bubbling. So I think that would be my favorite upgrade. Not only the bigger screen, a faster integration of cookie dough. I can type things quickly and spell them incorrectly when I'm searching. It still knows what I'm looking for. I can save recipes easily in the Thermomix and have them all categorized into different folders. And I can cook easily, as I said, without hearing that whirring sound of the motor. It's completely silent. Open lid cooking also means the blades have stopped, so they're not going around either, which is why it's great to give a little stir. Now, when it's done, I'm going to be popping it into my thermo server. And this is the item that you guys could get for free when you're hosting in March. So we want to thank you for introducing people to the TM7 and making their life easier and helping them to save money and to avoid those additives and to cook easier and maybe even impress people if they are wanting to entertain and be a master chef. Maybe that's what they're after from their Thermomix experience. We want to thank you for giving them a chance to check it out. So this is a 2.7 litre double insulated thermoserver. Keeps your food piping hot for 3 hours. It's longer than the previous model thermoservers. It will keep it cold or chilled or frozen as well for hopefully 3 hours, or say 3 hours as well. Same hot or cold. So what I do know is it would keep it chilled for even longer than that as well. Normally, these retail at around, I think it's $160. So you're getting this for free just for introducing 2 people from different households. So thank you. If you are a host tonight, like I said at the beginning, contact your consultant and check in to your demo with them, and they can follow up with your guests and process your host rewards there. Now, what I will do is give it a little stir, and then we're going to have a look at cookie dough. How many minutes have we got? We've got 5 minutes.
While you're jumping on cookie dough, Jess, as well,
yeah.
I wasn't a TM5 owner, so I'm not sure of the answer to this question, but it says, are the recipes from the TM5 chips available on the TM7? Are they part of cookie dough?
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Carly, for the question. Yes. Cookie dough, the chips will be in cookie dough as well. They're called collections, so you can access those. Now, what I'm going to do is bring up cookie dough now so we can have a look. And now you guys were, there we go. You guys were mentioning you're really into quick and easy. So maybe we can look that up in cookie dough here. This is our recipe platform. We could also look up things like budget meals as well. Why don't I just type in budget, see what comes up. And this will come up with things that have been tagged as budget meals, and could put in other words as well 59 would have tags, so there must be more than that are budget. So what we'll do is search for what's something that you guys would like to make on a normal weeknight, or maybe something you go out for at a restaurant. We can search that up, pop it in the chat box, what you're looking for. What I'm going to do is, what's something you need to use up from your fridge or something you want to cook? Let's look it up. Who's going to be brave and tell me what's something you would like to look up? Figs. Thanks, Anna. There would be probably some budget things there as well. Has anyone got figs growing? Definitely nearly ready at my house, ready for the birds to eat. Birds seem to eat everything this season. So when we type in the word fig, suddenly it goes from 14,000 English recipes down to 888. So that would have things in that would have fig in them, or sometimes it would be something that might be spelt similar to fig as well. So but we don't want to scroll through 888 results. So we want to use the filters. So this is where Cookie Do can save you heaps of time and also money to find the things that you want to find. So you might decide, you know what, I want to do a main dish that, no, actually I want to do some baking with my figs. So I want to do the desserts, the sweet baking, and maybe some breads as well. So this one narrows it down even further. And if you wanted to have something that was ready really quickly, or was had low prep time, you can select those there as well. So this has got some ideas on what you could do with figs. There's some beautiful ideas already. And you can even select, you know, if you only want the 4 and 5 star ones, you can also put that in as your filter. So there's some really great ideas already. And you can take a look at the recipes you like. And you can do this from your Thermomix, from your phone, or other device you have Cookie Do set up on. Now, you can check the recipe, and if you like the look of it, you can tap on the 3 dots and add it to your shopping list, add it to your weekly planner. If you like to plan, this could help you. Maybe you like the idea of planning, you could give it a go. Make sure you let your consultant know why you want a Thermomix, because they can help you to get that from your experience. So if you're wanting to save money, or if you're wanting to meal plan, make sure your consultant knows, because you can focus on that at your demo. You can also add to your personal recipe list. So I might add this one to a cake or a breakfast idea. No, I'll add it to the cake collection, or Christmas. So I love adding things to Christmas Day recipe collection there, because then I can get my ideas during the year for gifts, or even Christmas Day, and then decide from the ones I've been looking at all year. But I'll pop this into desserts because I like the look of that one. Thanks, Anna. And maybe you like something that we've looked at here as well. That sous vide honeyed figs looks great. So sous vide is a mode in our Thermomix that you can access. You can also access fermentation mode and slow cook mode as well. There's plenty that we won't be seeing tonight. Now, in your weekly planner, so this is super handy. If someone comes home, they can tap on the recipe and start cooking it straight away when they get home. Or you can when you get home. Shopping list is there, and again, you can outsource the shopping to another family member, or you can do that yourself. You can share that one. So it's really handy, and you can add your additional items as well, and that will be you might need some cucumbers or some toilet paper. You can add that in there as well. So that's so handy. And your recipe list you can access as well. So I've got my 5-second salad list that I created. So if I know I want to take a salad to a barbecue, I can access that and get my ideas from there. And so you can organize yourself with your recipe lists. Now, our pasta has finished cooking already. Can you believe that? Can you believe it finished? So I'm going to put it in my thermo server and I'll just double check it's to my liking. Now, if I wanted to take this to my daughter's house and share dinner with her, I can put this strap on. And this is going to lock it in so that you can take your meal to a friend's house, family's house, or a picnic, or just take it out with you and save money. And that way you can keep your meal piping hot for 3 hours and warm after that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that a little stir, and it does look beautiful and ready. Normally I would just taste test it, but I'm pretty confident that is perfectly done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pour that in, and this bowl is not hot. It's really handy having that insulated cover. And the broccoli is cooked beautifully. I'm going to pour it onto my spatula. Sweet potatoes looking gorgeous. And all the flavors are in there. So my big long spatula can get everything out really easily for me in just a few wipes. So now I put water in there and a drop of detergent and set it on pre-clean mode. Now, it did ask me for baby spinach, but I put broccoli in before with the pasta, so I'm not putting baby spinach in. I'm just giving it a bit more of a stir, and it says we can put our cheese on, and we can put some parsley on, and some chili, so you can dress it up how you like. Let's take a closer look, and I will try it once it's cooled down and let you know what it's like. How does that look? If it was so easy to make a dinner in half an hour, is that something you would like in your life? Make that easier. And I'll get a fork so you can see. You can see how it's cooked. So that's nice and soft, just so you know. Perfectly cooked, isn't it? So that is my sweet potato and my broccoli, beautifully cooked, nice and soft, and the pasta looks like it's beautifully cooked as well. So all ready to go, nice and al dente. That pasta is just gorgeous there. So this is ready to go for my family, and I'm going to pop the lid on like that. As I said, I could take it with me. That's your thermo server, and that's that dish done. Now, if you're thinking that you would like to take advantage of the 2-bowl offer or the trade-up offer, as I said, it finishes at the end of March. So let's take a little look at those offers up a bit closer so that you can see what they are for yourself. We've got 1 minute left of our session, and I thank you for your time, and especially to the person who's invited you to this session. Let's take a little look. And if you want to learn more about Cookie Do, we have monthly info sessions on Cookie Do, and your consultant can teach you more. So, as I was saying, we have Trade Up, and you can save up to $750 with your previous model. So, and you can add that second bowl on, and if you've had a Thermomix before, you'll know that the second bowl is super duper handy to speed things up and cook more in your home. You can add it on for $199. Now they will retail at $429, and they won't be available. Yet. So these ones you can add on now. Oops, let's just get rid of that. And this is the price breakdown. So if you've got a TM6 and you want to trade it in and return it, you can access this offer, and it's $750 off of the TM7. Plus you can add $199 second bowl. TM5 will get you a $450 reduction, and the TM31 will get you a $250 reduction. They can be in non-working order, or if you've damaged it somehow, totally fine, you can return those. Any questions, let your consultant know. They can send you a purchase link. If you're wanting the trade up, they can send that to you. Just contact them tonight or tomorrow and they can get that for you. Now, if you don't want to trade up and you want to keep your beloved Thermomix because you can cook more with 2 Thermomixes and you want them both, or you want to gift it to someone, you can keep that. You don't have to do trading. Now, you can still access the second bowl deal, and that's $199. It's the same. So you will save $230 if you're wanting 2 bowls with your brand new TM7. If you're wanting to add something new, we have extended warranty, and this is our introductory price of $99, and it will normally be $279. It does come with a free pair of blades, and you can access that at any time during your extended warranty. So 1 complimentary blade replacement. So this one's recommended to add on if you're wishing to your Thermomix bundle. And as I've been talking about tonight, if you're wanting to get your thermo server, you certainly can. If you've hosted tonight or if you're hosting this week, you can access your free Thermomix thermo server. And as I said, the cutter is another option. We have the Nesta and ceramic offer, and also our new freezer storage bundle or a sensor. These are the other items if you don't want a thermo server, and they are accessed at the hosting prices. And if you are sitting there thinking, well, that's nice, I've got a TM7 already and I want a second bowl, then you certainly can by booking in your demo with your consultant for April. So we just ask that you give 2 lucky people the opportunity to be introduced to the TM7 so they can make their own minds up whether they want to also enjoy Thermomix for themselves. So 2 or more guests from different households, and then I'm sure they will thank you for showing them how amazing Thermomix is, and we will thank you as well by unlocking the host rewards. So if you were to purchase this week, you can actually access the second bowl offer. You can host and as well get the free thermo server. And if you really wanted to, you could host again in April and get another bowl. So plenty of lovely opportunities there. So you can double dip with the bundle and the thermo server in March. Now, I reckon we have gone and looked at all of the pictures. It's just past 8:30. What we'll do is we'll have a little look at our flip chart, if I can. Oh, it's not going to let me. That'll teach me, won't it? But like I said, if you are wanting to start your own Thermomix journey or add to your collection, have a think about what you really want out of your meal times. Do you want them easier? Do you want them with less packaging, less preservatives? Do you want to cook and impress people more and impress yourself? Have a think, because Thermomix can actually do everything you need for you. Just let your consultant know what you're wanting to achieve. Because we feel satisfied when we know you're getting what you wanted from your experience. And if you're wanting to, you can do the Earn program, pay in full or finance options. And if you're wanting to get it, why not, if you love it, why not get it? And you can get it as a consultant and access lots of our fun, our travel, our incentives and gifts, our community, and the financial benefits. So please let the person know what you'd like to do from here, the person who invited you, and we can make those next steps happen for you. And as I said, if you do want to earn it, you can access our special offer, which is another March offer, which is all new Thermomat. So our consultants can access one of those as well. And that's what we love doing, is earning things first as consultants. Any questions? Or thanks, guys, for jumping on. Carly, thank you so much for doing the chat box.
My pleasure. I'm just having a quick look to see if there's any questions. I think I covered
Excellent.
most of them while you were
No
gone.
worries. Yeah. Yep, will not be in stock till June. That's right, Joanne. So when we get our second bowl blade, they're still on their way. We can secure them now, but they will be not ready till June. That's right. And Kim's got a question mark. Oh, can you make dog food? You certainly can. You can make whatever you want, pretty much. Almost anything you can dream of. You're limited by your imagination. So you can cook, dog food, you can mince it up, cook it.
My dog loves
rice.
all of the lovely treats I make for him. And he doesn't even know, just like kids, I can mill up and blend all of my fruit and veggies into such a fine paste and mix it in with his meat, and he's getting all that goodness that he would not touch with a 10-foot pole if it was not blitzed in. So just like hiding veggies for kids, you can certainly do that for your pets.
Oh, that's so good. Your dog must be very healthy, Carly. So good. I did do that for my older dog as well, cooking chicken and rice and sweet potato. Yeah, so good. Thanks again, everybody, for your time, and Carly as well for your time. And as I said, reaching out to your consultant, let them know what you want to achieve from your Thermomix journey. And we can't wait to see you at one of our future sessions. Excellent. So if anyone's ready to invest, asking for that purchase link, and you'll be able to get that from your consultant. Otherwise, Carly, I reckon we're done. I'm going to try my pasta now and enjoy that.
Enjoy your dinner. Thank you, Jess.
Thanks, Carly, for helping out. See you, everybody.